Sevy uploaded a video. My life completely changed in 5 months. And I don't know if Sevy's still been streaming and making videos, but like, at least from what I've seen, she's taken like a step back from everything. So, let me see here. Okay, who's that? She was a pretty big Hoyo CC. Yep. Mainly Genshin maybe. I don't know. Did she do? No, she looks like she did some HSR here and there. Yeah. Yeah. Big where? I feel like if you think 300,000 subscribers with 100k plus views on almost every video is not big, what the fuck do you do in life? All right. How is that not big?
Hey everyone, it's Sevy. Welcome to my guide on how to beat floor 11 and 12 of the 5.0 Abyss cycle. This time we're getting a bunch of new
Yeah, she's not Mr. Beast. That's tiny.
Donstomy stands for delayed onset muscle soreness. For you
get that every day because the only thing you exercise is your right arm.
Tips to help you beat the chambers more easily. I'll just flash some very general reminders before you tackle Spiral Abyss, which you can pause to take a quick read. This Abyss blessing gives 40% normal attack and skill damage.
Have you ever had a moment where you thought, I don't feel like myself? And has that ever been followed by, I haven't felt like myself in a while?
Oh, watchwear, Sevy W?
That thought crept up to me, making itself known.
Okay, it's a coach watch. I will hold judgment. Its fashion watches are just... but it's okay. She's at least wearing a watch.
Little by little until I couldn't ignore it any longer. And once I acknowledged it, there was no going back.
So is she quitting?
How did we get here? 2 reasons. The first is a topic I've brought up many times. Burnout. I've always had a passion for creation. Music, theater, writing, art, makeup, and eventually video. So when Sevy Plays Took off, it felt like winning the lottery. But burnout is a wicked thing. It became the growing monster in the back of my head that, bit by bit, peeled away the joy of creating. I've talked about it a lot last year, especially because its intensity was at an all-time high. And it was a huge reason why I needed to take time offline and off content creation. The second reason, however, is one that I've always been private about. I was never in this alone. When Genshin Impact came out, my boyfriend was the one who invited me to try it. All it took was one look at Zhongli and I was sold. But more importantly, he's the one who suggested that I try streaming and making YouTube videos. With his push, I did, and Sevy Plays came to life.
Is this gonna be a situation where a stinky gacha obsessed boyfriend brings a girlfriend into the obsession and then it destroys her life? Surely not, surely not, surely not. Don't date gacha players, chat.
At this point, we had already been in a relationship for 3 years.
So you?
Then we spent the next 3 years as romantic
Listen,
partners.
I 100% understand that. Listen, every day I know Lily has to have the patience of a saint to deal with the shit I say and do. Like, I am someone that like has no care in the world. Lily could be outside in the living room having like an existential crisis about how she's gonna do a sponsor script that she's been like writing a draft for. I could come out and was like, "Hey babe, look at this funny picture I took with Tony," and then she'd be like, you know. So I'm a bit of a, you know, I'm out there just like goofy.
And co-workers. I often referred to him as my editor since that was his main contribution to the channel, but he did more than that. He worked with me on the scripts
Oh,
and game
damn.
footage,
Wait, W
handled
boyfriend?
tech and security issues, etc. And he also pushed me to become a better gamer and content creator. Together, we played out this new dream of online success in the gaming space through helping players with builds and Spiral Abyss. He worked with me on the channel from the start, but when Sevy Plays started rapidly growing, he decided that he wanted to remain behind the scenes.
That's respectable.
I respected that and saw the benefits to keeping that part of our lives private. So, in recent years, you'd rarely hear me mention a boyfriend or romantic partner. Things weren't perfect, but for a while, it worked. Until it didn't. And so, like many things, our partnership came to an end. Both in work and in life. Now, it's just me. When I announced that I'd be taking a break from content, it wasn't because I had decided right then and there that I was going to go on a vacation. It was because I couldn't, at that moment, physically continue working.
Damn.
So, I did the first
legitimately, I
thing
thought she
people
was just
do in
burnt out of
movies
Genshin.
after a devastating breakup. I stayed with my parents for a bit. I feel incredibly lucky to say that
Aww.
when I needed them most, they gave me a home to rest in and made sure I was fed and sheltered for the first several days after my breakup. Even then, it sucked. The collaborative dynamic that had kept the channel running for 3.5 years had fallen apart. My mental health and self-esteem were in shambles, and I was alone for the first time in so fucking long. Being alone meant deafening silence.
Wait, Chad, does Sevy curse a lot? I feel like that's one of the first times I've ever heard Sevy use a curse word. Like, I was like, damn, wait, okay.
It meant reckoning with my own thoughts, fears, and doubts. It meant I had no choice but to face an incredibly hard truth. The last 3 years of my life, despite being the most momentous and gratifying for the career start it gave me, also became the years that I lost touch with myself. Constantly trying to please the YouTube algorithm, as well as trying to mold myself
the
to
YouTube
another person
algorithm.
in unhealthy ways, turned me into someone that I didn't recognize. The thoughts finally surfaced. I don't feel like myself. I haven't felt like myself for a while. And then, I want to feel like myself again. So, I spent the last 5 months working towards that goal.
Okay.
A lot
That's the
happened
daily life
in
of an
those
average
5 months.
hobbit.
I reconnected with old friends. I went out a lot, more than I had in the past 4 years.
Holy,
I
touching
started going to
grass.
therapy. Eventually, I started going on dates. But here's perhaps the biggest one. I moved into my own place.
Okay, what is the scissor hanging there?
It's my first time living alone. No parents, no
Damn.
roommates, no significant others. Well, I have my
Living
buddies,
alone for the
Luna
first
and
time
Theo.
is
They keep me company.
pretty crazy.
But as freeing as it is to have your own space, it's also a huge challenge becoming completely responsible for taking care of yourself. I didn't like being by myself at first. I couldn't take it.
Who's filming all this?
I
More than
asked
likely
friends
she's
to
setting up
accompany
the
me to
camera,
most things.
because they're not panning
Groceries,
videos.
furniture
They're all, like,
shopping, lunch, dinner,
stationary.
nights out, you name it. And bless their hearts, they kept me company. They collectively held my hand and showed me that
that
life
Brax?
after a breakup
Wait.
might
Is that Brax in the back?
lunch, dinner, nights out, you name it. And bless their
I remember
hearts, they
Brax visited
kept
the
me
Philippines.
company. They collectively held
It is Brax.
my hand and showed me that life after a breakup might not be too lonely. They helped me assemble the basics of my new space. My kitchen table, my curtains, and even my PC setup, even if I didn't use it for 6 weeks straight.
Ain't nothing
My
wrong with
friends did me an incredible favor being around me so much. But once the dust cloud of the initial movement
so
had
fucking
settled,
tall.
I knew
that. Okay.
I couldn't have my hand held for much longer. It was time to face the music of being alone. At first, I found peace in it. Slowly, I built my routine, my pace, my schedule, my days. I found that
Rabbits
the
are so
mornings
cute.
were my quiet time. Before I had to get the day started to run errands or do chores, and I learned to manage those by myself too, and even enjoy the process.
Is it you in college?
But
Oh, this is
life
me after
continued
college when I was
happening.
living alone.
Progress definitely wasn't linear. The weight of the past months, the what
But, like,
and
obviously,
who that
for
had
me, it
gone
wasn't
from my
about
life
creation. It was about
suddenly
working a 9
started
to
getting
5.
heavier. It was like grief was sinking in. I tried to deal with it by throwing myself back into work via streaming. I enjoyed it, especially because I chose to stream whatever I felt like streaming on the
Look,
day.
It's Nikki.
But it just wasn't the
Infinity
right time
Nikki.
yet, and I just ended up stressed and overwhelmed by taking on more responsibilities before I was ready for it. I had moments of frustration, seething anger, petulance even, at the state I
Yo, okay. Low key chat. Okay. I need to just say something real quick. Because I think this is like so you know the actors Chubby Emu hires
EI.
for his stories?
While that his heavy metal
Right?
EI's convolutions is sort of
You guys know the actors Chubby Emu hires for his stories?
bars and a juice drink that was made with 3% juice and it had tantrum.
Yeah, I'm trying to
only
find, like,
stung
the
over something
scenes.
and have eat at least 75 nuggets. Been paying it. MN.
Damn, these aren't that great. But essentially, he hires like actors to do these roles.
Maybe his
Low key, I think Sevy's a really good actor. Unless she actually just had the camera in these positions for these scenes, I'm pretty sure like she's acting out the role, right? Like I feel like this is what's with you? What do you mean? No, like I genuinely saying like the way she's like set up the camera and like portraying how she felt at the times is like really well done.
and I just
I swear to God, the people who are question marking spamming me are like just have the emotional understanding of a toddler. They don't actually understand what I'm trying to say.
ended up stressed and overwhelmed by taking on more responsibilities before
It's okay, chat. Relax. We get it. You're like a 5-year-old mentally. You don't understand like what anybody's saying.
I was ready for it. I had moments of frustration, seething anger, petulance even, at the state I was in, at what I was going through. I found myself doing things purely for distraction, like doom scrolling or swiping on dating apps, which, in all honesty, also
It's real
felt
story,
like
but
doom
she's obviously acting in this video. Exactly, and I'm saying that acting is really good to the point where like you could believe that there was a camera set up there and that's like she's actually like happened at the time. That's my whole point. I think some fucking Neanderthals in chat thought I was saying she was pretending the whole thing or something because they can't read between the lines and they have the fucking like cognition level of a 2-year-old and the deepest book they ever read was in fucking 4th grade when they read The Giver and they thought that was the most deep fucking book they've ever read. So they have the cognition level of a 2-year-old. But let's relax, okay?
Scrolling. There was one morning where it felt like everything was falling apart, and I had no one there to comfort me. The frustration and anger had simmered down and cooled into a slow, unbearable sadness that clogged my chest and made my heart feel twice as heavy. All I could do was let it pass.
Damn.
Eventually it did.
Life emo.
Whether it was time, people, self-reflection, therapy, or all of the above, I one day felt like I could finally breathe again. And little by little, things started falling back into place. I decided it was time to give myself the vacation I so sorely needed when I started my hiatus, but hadn't actually been able to take because of everything going on behind the scenes.
Japan.
So,
I'm just guessing.
that's what I did in February.
That's really well, like, created, this video.
And slowly,
I'm gonna just say it. I feel like Sevy would make some fire vlogs. Like, the way this video is crafted, she could totally make, like, insane vlogs.
steadily, I felt
Damn.
a version of me emerge that I hadn't encountered in a long time. One that was happy
Now all it needs now is
Eager.
LeBron at the end and the video
Shut
would be cinema.
and ready to start fresh, even at the risk of losing it all.
I wonder where she went.
Now here comes the big question. Maybe the one you've been waiting for me to answer
Are you
throughout
going
this
to keep making
entire
Genshin
video.
Impact videos?
What's next for Sevy Plays?
Okay, that's
Well, I never wanted to become a guide channel in the first place, and
Oh,
I
let's
most
go.
certainly don't regret becoming one
Fuck
for
being a
2
guide.
years. But as long as it's been, as much as I've tried, it's just not where my heart is. And it's kind of part of what got me in this state in the first place. So number 1, no more guides. I know that this may come as a shock to many of you,
W.
with perhaps a variety of
Huge
reactions
W.
alongside that. And I
Bro,
will
I'm telling you, chat. Of the guide makers that I know, kind of, I don't feel like any of them are happy making guides. Like, I swear, guide making is like so stressful. A lot of the guide makers that I know, they love the act of teaching other people stuff, but like the work, the amount of stress behind it is just, it's like fucking Atlas holding the earth, bro. It is insane levels. You know, I Win to Lose is not happy. I barely know I Win to Lose. I've only interacted with him to like speedrun Ganyu C6 runs a long time ago, but yeah, it's fucking guide making is not easy. This is why I always give kudos to guide makers, because I think the amount of work you have to do to make a really fucking good guide is 10 times like harder than most of the content that's out there for gacha, right? Like, as much as people want to say making guide content will probably lead to like
True guide
easy
makers
growth
carry
on
the
your
weight of the
channel,
world, Omi.
I think making genuinely good guides is like one of the hardest things to do in the gacha space. Or else you wouldn't have that many really good guide makers. I'm sure a bunch of you guys have like 1 or 2 people that you have as a go-to, but you would probably agree that you wouldn't go to every guide maker. There's probably a ton of guide makers you don't fucking vibe with at all because you think their guides are ass, you know? So it's not easy making a fucking good guide. So
completely understand if that's enough to make you unsubscribe. After
See how
all,
amazing her video is? She's a content creator. You're just a gamer. Learn. I know. I have always said that. I'm a gamer first. I like playing video games. I'm not a fucking content creator. The only creative thing I've ever wanted to do in my life is make art. I ain't fucking doing that right now.
my guides are probably what you signed up for here anyway. As convenient as
What's crazy is that after watching a good video like this jackass will just use it as justification as to why he doesn't want to work on his YouTube when all he had to do was payroll an editor to make stream clips like he does now. Here's the thing, right? Making genuinely good YouTube videos is not as simple as just like what I do now, right? With clips, you know? Like, you have to make a script. You have to have that inspiration. I don't have inspiration for any of that. Never. Chat, have any of my streams ever felt scripted? Like, I start stream and I know what I'm gonna do in what order? Like, fuck no. Every single stop saying yes. No, it's not scripted. Okay? Every single one. Right? Just say you're lazy. It's not about being lazy, you motherfucker. Right? I think everybody should agree.
You are just lazy, jackass.
It's not. I could try as hard as I want, but if my passion's not in it, why should I force myself to do something I don't fucking love to create shit that's genuinely ass? Okay? Like, are you guys lazy for not doing a certain thing that everybody tells you should do, even though you tell everybody you don't want to fucking do it because you just don't want to go that path? Right? I don't think that's you being lazy. That's just you not wanting to do something you don't fucking like doing. Right? That's not laziness. You know? Like, obviously it's a luxury to be able to do things that only do things you want to do, but like even before content creation, I've never been the type to like want to do things that I fucking hate, you know? So usual streaming script is 2 hours react, interrupt by a stunlock, background of gacha dailies, followed by stunlock on Wua hologram, and a Honkai story dino aisle. I mean, sure, there might be a general flow to my streams, but like I don't think there's like ever like I'm not hopping onto stream knowing what I'm going to be doing, right? I legitimately every day I hop on stream. I don't know what fucking gacha game dailies we're doing. It's literally whichever one that like passes my fancy at the time, right? What is it, chat? I have tried to convince Fob for almost 4 years now to script his YouTube videos and actually do it. He just says, no, I don't like scripting. He's just a type that doesn't like doing what he doesn't like to do, so I decide to wear the pants. Yep. No, that's not the point, right? It's just that you have to agree, chat, can we all agree that there are streamers that are just, you know, it's just, they're just more for streaming. They don't really do scripted content and like YouTube videos. Like, it's just, I'm kind of like that way where I just don't, I really don't fucking like making scripted content. I think it's, I think it's just, I hate it. You're a perfectionist, I guess. You only want to make vids that you're fully dedicate time to and don't want to half-hearted attempts to make that content. No, it's not just that. It's that I know myself to the point where motherfucker, I'm 31 years old. I've done many things in my life in terms of like other, whether it's art, whether it's music, whether it's sports. And I know if my heart isn't in something, I am not going to give it my all, right? I know myself. So like in that regard, why should I then, knowing that, force myself to do something that I know is going to come out half-assed because my heart's not in it, you know? That's called being lazy. That's literally not being lazy. Are you fucking stupid? That is not what laziness is, huh? I don't know. I feel like you guys are just being stupid. While Lily is hard at work earning money for a house, you're busy spending on 2D pixels that will EOS soon. That's not true. Okay, but even if you don't want to actively make YouTube videos and process behind it, having a passive clip YouTube channel grow over years, absolutely nothing. I mean, that's what we have now, right? But like, I don't know what you mean. I literally have that. So I don't think you understand, Echo, that the entire flow of my YouTube channel got completely nuked when my college email disappeared. Did you forget that I had another channel 2 years ago that was already like, if I added those subs and my current subs now, motherfucker, I would be like 30K plus subs, but I fucking don't have that. I fucking lost my first channel entirely. Like, why are you pretending like the first channel didn't have YouTube videos going all the time? I did. I had editors constantly making YouTube videos. It's just, it died. I had to hard reset.
So how do
Like,
you
you guys
manage
just
doing
have, like,
something
fucking
out of your
amnesia
heart
and just
versus
forgot
doing
that
stuff
happened.
to earn money?
Like, fucking
VC, we
Echo's
want
just
to do what
dumb.
we want, but sadly reality exists and we need money to sustain ourselves.
So how do you manage doing something out of your heart versus doing stuff to earn money because we want to do what we want, but sadly reality exists and we need money to sustain ourselves? I just got lucky. Like, legitimately. I literally believe I just got lucky. Obviously, some people want to be like, oh, Fob, but you were so dedicated and streamed every day. Fuck that. Like, there's people who I know personally that have been streaming for fucking 7 years straight, every fucking day. And they never blew up. It's literally luck in that regard. So I feel like I just got lucky and am very lucky to be in a position where I could just do stuff that I enjoy. I will say, before I was in content creation, I also got lucky and found a job at the hospital where my boss pretty much let me do whatever the fuck as long as I got my work done. Like, old fobbers will remember, I literally queued League of Legends at my hospital job. I took my laptop on my weekend shifts, finished my work, and just started playing League. I did not care. I just found very lucky positions that, like, I found bosses, coworkers, etc. that pretty much, like, enabled my dumb ass. So, brother, stop yapping. You sound very privileged right now. It doesn't look good. Shut it. You sound like a cocky pine cone right now. What do you mean? That's why I'm saying I'm lucky, right? That's not being privileged. That's saying, like, I'm thankful for the position I'm in, right? That's why, like, I consider it to be extremely lucky that I'm here. So in Dangan terms, you're just the ultimate lucky student. Maybe, I guess. Your channel would grow if you do V3 playthrough. No, motherfucker. Oh, yeah, okay. All the variety frogs, all the variety frogs who are always like, oh my god, wait, what the fuck is it? What is it? Oops. What the fuck is it? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure our variety video VODs get a whole lot of views. Yep, really. Yep, What's even the most viewed video on this entire channel? Wow, it's fucking Infinity Nikki, of all things. Are you fucking kidding me? It's not even, it's another gacha game. Like, come on, bro. Alright. Your channel would grow if you go on Dr. K and fix your gacha addiction. You know, it would be interesting for me to actually go to a therapist, but I don't think a therapist can actually do anything for me. Because I believe I understand myself top to bottom. Like, 100%. Right? And what do I say? You bald fuck. It was 20% luck, 80% your personality that got you to succeed in streaming. Stop saying you just got lucky, because that gives people hope that if they just get lucky, they'll succeed like you, when in reality, if they're not a natural at streaming and talking like you, they'll... Nah, that's just insane, Glaze. You want to know why I disagree with that in streaming, at least? In streaming, like I said, I know people that are like, I could watch them all day as well, and they have insane setups, transitions for their stream, starting streams, and starting screens, ending screens that are really well made, and they make it themselves, and they just don't get the views. And it's, honestly, you want me to be completely honest with them, I think it's because they're just playing the wrong games. And if they play the right games, like this one guy I'm basically talking about in my mind, if he was a gacha streamer, he would probably be big. But he fucking wants to play COD all the time. And COD has 1 billion fucking people just like him. And that's the fucking issue, right? Like, and I'm just saying, there's people out there that are really fucking good as well, that just, like, don't get the chance, don't get the highlight ever, right? This is why it was actually really fucking cool, because I haven't rated a smaller streamer in a long time. So it was really cool when we rated the dinosaur streamer the other day, you know? I might start rating smaller streamers again that just are, like, you know, pretty, like, not out there, because, I don't know. It's just, I think there's people out there that deserve the highlight, you know? Yeah, we're all here to watch him. Yep, not for what he plays. That's not true. I'm a fucking gamer. Did you see my solo peeb?
As it would be if I could continue making gaming guides while exploring the new stuff, I would just end up half-assing both, and that's just not going to turn out well. That doesn't mean I'll stop playing games though. I mean, I still enjoy games and I still enjoy discovering and playing them.
No, is that Love
Just
and Deep Space
on
or
my own
Tears of
terms.
Themis? I don't actually know.
Not to help others optimize game
that Love and
content,
Deep Space?
but
Okay.
simply to fall
Always
in
forget the
love with the
styles.
games that I decide to give my time to.
It would be insane if she ended this video with the
So,
uninstall button again.
If not gaming guides, what then? Well, I could give you my whole pitch for my vision of the next year of content, but what's the fun in that? I just want to tell stories, do
Damn,
life,
what is
and
that?
share that with you. We'll see what they'll look like as I go along. What matters is falling in love with creating content again. And for sure,
Bro, I
that's
swear,
a process of
some people are just like naturally know how to fucking take photos and videos. Like me versus Lily, if I take a photo, I just somehow make everybody look short. But then if Lily takes a photo, she somehow makes everybody look tall. I don't fucking know, man. It's like
trial, error, and
like
growth.
Sevy's
I'm not going
really
to be
fucking good at
specific
these
yet
angles.
about what exactly I have planned
Because
for
I'm
the
short,
coming
I'm
year
taller than
because
Lily.
I just want to let it unfold. But let me be
No,
extremely
the issue is I'm one of those people that like feel like I'm like an old timer and like I'm like a boomer, man, and I just take photos straight on rather than like doing angles and stuff, you know? So bro, like how the fuck do you make my 5-foot ass look 3 foot? Sometimes, babe, maybe you are 3 feet.
clear. This channel will be entering a new era. And I want it to feel like freedom.
Oh, rock climbing. Okay. Respect. That shit is not easy. Yeah, I don't know if Sevy edited this or she had an
Change
editor,
is
but this
scary.
is really well made.
Especially when it comes with a lot of risk. I know that by changing content, I risk losing a lot of you. And if you're one of those people, then I just want to say thank you for supporting the guide era of Sevy Plays. It was an honor helping you learn how to play your favorite characters.
Yep, get him out. Get him out, though. Hey, if they only watch you for your guides and not for you, get him out. Wrap them up, toss them out.
If, however, you're curious enough to stick around,
Those are
you
the
have
real ones.
no idea how much that means to me.
Those are
we
the real
have
ones.
a long, unpredictable, exciting road.
Hey, it's like the Fobbits that I know are going to be around here no matter what, right? That even if I go and play Barbie's Magical Unicorn Sunshine, you know, I'll still see Carlos's dumb bitch ass criticizing every fucking misplay I make, right? You know, those are the, and I hate to say Carlos is a real one. He is a real one. He just sits there waiting for my ass to make a mistake on every fucking game, you know? And, right? And there's tons of you guys here. I'm always thankful for those. And obviously the people that watch regardless of, you know, for the gacha games, that they're great too. But the variety frogs are the true Giga Chads.
Ahead. It's a vastly different road from the one I've been walking on for the past 4 years, but I hope we can continue journeying on together. The past 5 months have had some of the worst and
Bro, I hope
best
this,
moments
I
of
hope
my
this
life
video
so far.
inspires so many
I
people.
still have a lot
Like
of
a
healing to
W.
do, but
Foxy Troll, thank you for that
I've reached a
50.
point where I feel ready to close the chapter of Sevy Plays and open the chapter of Sevy.
Oh.
I'm more myself than I ever
She
have,
renamed?
and I'm excited to keep
Oh, she
growing into this
did.
version of me. In fact,
Bro, Sevy is so lucky she doesn't have a she doesn't have a douchebag community that probably tries to steal your name everywhere. Bro, they have to do every fucking, if I wanted to change my name to Fob, like anything, Fob Master, and half the fucking platforms I own, I have some motherfucker DMing me, extorting me for like gifted subs or VIP if I want my fucking channel name. Like, what the fuck? Never forget, my Instagram tag has an underscore at the
Oh.
end of it because I have a fucker in my Insta DMs demanding me fucking give him shit, or else I'm not. He can't. He's not gonna give me my tag. Like, okay, bro. Like, what the fuck?
This might actually be the first time you're meeting the true me.
Pay him what? I do
So,
not negotiate with terrorists.
Let's start over.
Hey everyone, it's Sevy.
Oh, she's ended the video with her normal intro. Nice. Okay. Damn. Yeah, I do hope this is like a. I'm a top. Listen, chat. I have one rule on my YouTube account. I don't subscribe to Genshin and like gacha CCs. But Sevy might not be a gacha CC anymore. So I'll hit the subscribe button. Yes, sir. No. The reason why I don't subscribe to any gacha CCs, even if they're my friends, I really don't want to see gacha content on my recommended. I just want to see the things I want to see, you know? I play gacha enough. I don't need to see videos all over my fucking screen as well, you know? So this is a great fucking video. I do hope this is like, because I do believe there are a lot of people. If you guys want to go watch it, like it, you know, subscribe to see Sevy's journey, right? There you go. I do hope there's a lot of people that are other CCs that'll watch this, and because I do think there are a lot of people who still to this day pigeonhole themselves into one game. This doesn't have to be Hoyo. This could be any game, right? Out there. And that first step is so scary to take. But once you take that first step, it gets so much easier. You know? So, it's pretty nice. Really good video.